Welcome to the deep dive. We take your materials, dig in, and pull out the key insights you really need. Quick, thorough, you know the drill.
Yep. No overwhelm, just actionable knowledge.
Exactly. And today we're diving into something vital for you, our learner. Self-motivation.
Yeah, big one.
Huge. You sent over this PDF, 100 Ways to Motivate Yourself. And it's packed personal stories, quotes, exercises. Lots of observations on, well, what makes us tick?
It really is a varied collection, isn't it?
Yeah.
It shows there's no single magic bullet.
For sure. So our mission today, uncover the most practical, maybe even surprising strategies from this doc that you can use, like, right away.
Okay, let's get into it. Where do we start?
Well, the material jumps right in with this powerful idea about creating a vision. It uses Arnold Schwarzenegger as an example.
Oh yeah, the Terminator himself.
Right. How early on he just calmly said he'd be the #1 box office star, like it was already done.
Even when things didn't look great for him initially.
Exactly. His quote was basically, create a vision of who you want to be and then live into that picture as if it were already true.
That live into it part is key. It's active.
Totally. And the author really stresses this. You don't wait for a vision. You create it. You can make it up.
And change it later if you need to, presumably.
Precisely. It's not set in stone. Which leads to this fascinating concept he calls the true lie.
A true lie. Sounds contradictory.
Well, yeah. He tells the story about his daughter writing a school poem about how amazing she was, totally exaggerated.
Okay, like kids do.
But he realized these kids were unintentionally doing the Schwarzenegger thing, creating a future vision through, like, positive self-talk, even if it felt like a fib at the time.
Like fake it till you make it, but framed differently, more consciously constructive.
Exactly. You're crafting the story of your future self. So thinking about you listening, what kind of true lie could you tell yourself? What compelling future self could you start sketching out?
It's clever, because calling it a lie, even a true one, might help sneak it past that inner critic we all have. Less pressure than saying, I must believe this right now.
Yeah, it makes it feel more like play, almost. Okay, moving on. The PDF really hammers home the power of focus and simplicity.
Always linked, those two.
There's this great analogy from Jimmy Johnson, the football coach.
Shouts the Cowboys.
That's the one. He'd say, if I put a 2x4 on the floor, everyone walks across, no problem. Focus is total.
Simple task, clear goal.
But put it between two buildings, suddenly people wobble. Why? Because they're focused on falling, on the fear, not the simple act of walking.
That hits home. We focus on the potential negative outcome.
And the text says, when you focus on what you want, it will come into your life. It's about, like, narrowing that mental beam.
It's the antidote to what the document later calls psychic chaos, or entropy, right? That feeling of being pulled in a million directions.
Yeah.
Johnson's 2x4 just cuts through that.
But really, too many mental tabs open slows everything down.
Yeah, drains your battery, your motivation.
And it's not just mental focus, it's practical simplification, too.
Yeah.
Pruning activities, delegating.
Weeding the garden of your life, so to speak.
Yeah. Or combining things. The example was reading book reports at the deli while the kids are grocery shopping nearby, finding those little synergies.
Right, which frees up bandwidth, mental and actual time for the stuff that really fires you up.
Then there's this handle everything immediately idea from a CEO, Bob Cuther.
What's the gist?
He just tackles stuff as it lands, reads the report, then and there, makes the call, no mental pileup.
Reduces that cognitive load. Things hanging over you are surprisingly draining.
Definitely. And then the Michelangelo analogy. Seeing David in the marble just needing to chip away the extra stone.
So creativity, or maybe motivation here, is about subtraction, removing the unnecessary.
That's the idea. So for you listening, what are your 2x4s? What needs that laser focus? And what excess stone can you chip away today? Simplify, combine.
That Michelangelo metaphor is powerful. Maybe the motivated self is already there, just hidden under stuff, distractions, complexities we've added.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Mindset and belief. This is huge in the PDF.
Foundational, really.
It argues strongly against just, chanting affirmations without evidence.
Right. You can't just tell yourself you believe something and expect it to stick.
Exactly. It uses learning a computer as an analogy. You don't just say, I know how to use this. You practice. You build competence. You create a track record.
Small successes, they build on each other.
Yes. Belief follows behavior, not the other way around necessarily. You change what you do consistently, and that changes what you believe you can do.
That's a really practical insight. Action first, belief catches up.
The PDF also dips into creativity, suggesting it's often more about being unexpected than purely original.
Interesting twist.
And then there's a really personal story from the author about reading Napoleon Hill.
Ah, Think and Grow Rich era, or something else.
The master key to riches, actually. And the core idea that hit him was taking full and complete possession of your own mind.
Okay, that sounds intense. What does it mean in practice?
Consciously choosing your thoughts. Actively replacing the negative habitual ones with more optimistic, goal-oriented ones. Real mental reshaping.
Hill called self-discipline the master key, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
It's that active control over your inner world. Recognizing thoughts drive everything.
And the PDF mentions audiobooks as a great tool for this, that sort of intimate one-on-one experience with motivational thinkers.
Yeah, hearing a voice can be very persuasive, very personal. Dyer, Robbins, people like that.
Then there's this killer quote about handling setbacks. There is one unbeatable rule for the mastery of sorrows and disappointments. The transmutation of those emotional frustrations through definitely planned work.
Whoa, okay. Transmutation, so turning negative energy into fuel.
Exactly. Take anger, frustration, sadness. Instead of wallowing, channel it. Pour that energy into focused work. The work itself helps dissipate the feeling and gives you something positive.
That makes sense. Action as an antidote to rumination. Plus, you get something done.
Right. And finally, the bounce your thoughts idea. Like practicing with your non-dominant hand, you consciously practice choosing optimistic thoughts over the usual pessimistic groove.
Building a new mental habit through repetition.
Yeah. So thinking about this for you, what small steps, what track record of motivated action can you start building today? And what's one dominant thought habit you'd like to consciously start reprogramming?
That phrase, definitely planned work, is key there. Directing that emotional energy constructively, not just flailing. And yeah, thought patterns aren't fixed. We can change them. It takes effort, but it's possible.
Okay, let's dive into action and engagement itself. Some interesting, maybe even counterintuitive ideas here.
Like what?
Like starting slowly to finish faster.
Okay.
Explain that one.
Well, if a task feels huge and overwhelming, the resistance to starting is massive, right?
Totally. Procrastination kicks in. So the idea is just start with one tiny, ridiculously easy step. Lower that initial barrier. Getting started is often the hardest part.
Overcoming inertia. Like getting a heavy flywheel moving. Once it's turning, even slowly, it's easier to keep it going and speed up.
Exactly. It builds momentum. The PDF also mentions psychic entropy, again, that messy state between boredom and anxiety.
Right, when your attention isn't focused.
And the surprising solution offered, stillness, reflection. It quotes Kafka, do not just do something, sit there.
In our hyper-connected world, that feels radical, but necessary. That pause lets you process, figure out what you really want instead of just reacting.
Yeah, stops you getting pulled every which way, which just kills motivation.
Definitely.
But on a more active note, it talks about using your brain's own chemistry, laughter, singing, dancing, things that naturally feel good.
Tapping into dopamine, endorphins.
Right. There's a friend Tarkenton quote, if it's not fun, you're not doing it right.
Uh-huh.
Though it warns against fake fun, like drugs, which actually hurts self-esteem.
Good distinction. Natural joy versus artificial highs.
It also brings up rituals. Creating set routines to bypass that moment of hesitation before starting something.
Rituals reduce the decision fatigue, right?
Mm-hmm.
They automate the starting process, like putting on workout clothes first thing.
Exactly. Then there's this idea of finding a place to come from, meaning cultivate happiness now, don't wait for the goal.
Be happy on the way to being happy.
Sort of. Emmett Fox said, love acts the part. Embody the feeling you want. Appreciate the present moment too, Voltaire's advice, one at a time. Focus on the now.
That presence, that mindfulness, shifts focus from some distant, maybe uncertain future goal to what you can positively engage with right now.
And related to that, be curious. Be a detective about life.
Right.
Asking questions keeps you engaged.
Curiosity is a huge intrinsic motivator. Drives learning, exploration.
Then this concept of relation shift, shifting focus to helping others.
The altruism angle.
Yeah, Spencer Johnson's quote, more fun, more success when you help others get what they want. It's apparently a powerful motivator.
Purpose and connection. Very powerful, yes.
The text also reminds us progress isn't linear. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Plan for renewal, downtime.
Builds resilience. Expecting setbacks makes them less demotivating when they happen.
And the brain's like a muscle, needs activity, lifelong learning. It mentions mathematicians often live long lives, mental workouts.
Use it or lose it, basically. Keeps cognitive vitality up.
And finally, coming to your own rescue. building self-esteem from the inside out, not waiting for external validation.
Self-reliance. Crucial.
So connecting this back, what's one tiny action you can take now on something you've been avoiding? And how could you inject a little more genuine fun or ritual into your tasks?
Focusing outward, helping others, that can really shift perspective and create that sense of purpose.
Yeah.
And yeah, understanding progress cycles helps weather the storms. That brain-muscle analogy is spot on too. Mental stimulation is key.
Okay, let's move into reframing and perspective, how we look at things.
Crucial for motivation. Our interpretation shapes our reality.
Totally. The PDF uses this funny phrase, landing on the right side of the wrong bed. Even a bad start can lead somewhere good unexpectedly, like maybe tapping into your right brain's creativity, which it says gets energized by purpose.
Purpose connection again.
Yeah, the analogy is carrying a heavy sandbag versus carrying an injured child. Same weight, but purpose gives you that surge.
That's a powerful image. Makes the abstract concept very real.
It pushes for whole brain thinking, goal visualization, joyful work, play. Don't wait for a crisis to wake up your full potential.
So consciously engage both the logical and creative sides to unlock motivation. Don't just operate on autopilot.
And it calls the right brain a magic machine full of untapped potential, cites Colin Wilson.
Suggesting we often underutilize our creative, intuitive side.
Seems so. It also talks about games, how poker keeps you focused and energized, suggests adding game-like elements to work.
Gamification, points, challenges, progress bars can make mundane tasks more engaging, taps into that desire for mastery and achievement.
And active relaxation, not passive, like painting or playing music, not just zoning out to TV. Churchill and Einstein are example.
Yeah, right. Things that restore the mind rather than just numb it. Active rest can spark new ideas.
The text urges us, make today a masterpiece. Focus energy now, don't just collect experiences for later.
Live fully in the present. Each day matters.
Turn problems into growth opportunities. And constantly remind yourself of your goals, like favorite songs you rehear. Create visual cues.
Keep them top of mind. Otherwise, daily life washes them away.
Arnold's Joy Through Strength motto is mentioned. And an exercise. Write a motivational letter to yourself and mail it.
So it arrives later, like a message from your motivated self.
Interesting. Also, getting down and getting small, the power of tiny daily process goals, just focus on the next small step.
Builds momentum, gives that sense of accomplishment that fuels the next step. Very effective.
Then there's advertising to yourself, a 4-circle exercise. Daily, monthly, yearly life goals. Keep them visible oriented.
Like a personal billboard for your own mind.
And connecting with serendipity, being open to those unexpected, helpful encounters. There's a story about an ASU contact.
Cultivating an awareness, an openness to opportunity.
Plus, the science. Seligman's work on positive thinking. Actively debating your pessimistic thoughts.
Learn at optimism. It's a skill you can develop. Challenge those automatic negative thoughts.
And making trouble work for you. Reframing negatives. Asking, how can I use this? The anecdote about the daughter coming home late fits here.
Turning setbacks into learning experiences or even advantages. Shifting from victim to agent.
The power of changing your voice is mentioned literally, like Richard Burton, or figuratively, and valuing usefulness over age, John Wooden's credo. Learn as if you were to live forever. Live as if you were to die tomorrow.
That's inspiring. Focus on current capability and continuous growth, not just chronology.
And the physical side, crucial. Bobby Fischer's breathing exercises, General Patton wanting oxygen to the brain. An active mind cannot exist in an inactive body.
Undeniable connection. Physical energy directly impacts mental energy and motivation.
The value of a Coach Tiger Woods example for that objective view.
Someone outside your own head to see your blind spots.
And the home metaphor for old, unhelpful habits. You got to move out and build a better mental home.
Letting go of old patterns that no longer serve you. Consciously building new, empowering ones.
Getting your soul to talk. Self-conversation is thinking, Plato. Not just consuming others' thoughts passively. Brandon's morning questions are suggested.
That internal dialogue is where you clarify values, set intentions. Really important.
Then, promising the moon. Setting a huge, maybe unreasonable goal to spark massive motivation. JFK's moonshot is the classic example.
Big, hairy, audacious goals, BHAGs. They can really galvanize effort and creativity.
Don't just get better, using criticism or competition as fuel. Jordan, Lee Bench examples. Competition as self-motivating.
Channeling that competitive energy into self-improvement. Growth mindset again.
Happiness is growth. Eats. And looking into heroes, not just at them. Understand their process. Cindy flying lessons inspired by Amelia Earhart's journey.
Learning from them, not just admiring them, finding actionable inspiration.
Holding your vision accountable. Judge it by its effect. It's not what a vision is, it's what a vision does, Fritz quote. Big difference between problem solving and creating.
Is your vision actually moving you? Is it generating energy? That's the test. And creation is inherently more motivating than just fixing things.
The binary system, are you on or O off F? Actively engaged or passive? Building your power base. Knowledge. Consciously choose what you learn.
Knowledge fuels competence, which fuels motivation. Be deliberate about your inputs.
Connecting truth to beauty, honesty clears the path to your dreams. Brandon's idea.
Integrity provides a solid foundation. No energy wasted on pretending.
Reading yourself a story aloud, Lincoln did it. Helps retention, the affirmation, I will act now. Simple, powerful.
Engaging more senses. And that affirmation cuts through hesitation.
Laughing for no reason. Act your way into the feeling, William James. There's even a Zen laughing meditation mentioned.
Fake it till you feel it. Apply it to emotions. Physically acting happy can actually make you feel happier.
And finally, walking with love and death. Embracing vulnerability, awareness of mortality, for clarity, Kroningsberger. Taking challenges for a walk to get perspective.
That awareness can clarify priorities like nothing else. Makes you focus on what truly matters, what motivates you at the deepest level.
So, wow, that was a lot packed into 100 ways. We've really covered the ground drawn from your material.
It's a rich resource, for sure. Lots of different angles.
Yeah, the goal was practical, maybe surprising insights, and I think we found some. That true lie idea is sticky.
And the focus on simplicity, the power of small wins.
Right, building that track record. Even laughing for no reason might feel weird, but hey, maybe it works.
Worth a try.
We really hope this gives you some new lenses to look through as you revisit that original 100 Ways document.
Absolutely. Different things resonate at different times.
Definitely. So here's the final thought we want to leave you with. Thinking about everything we just unpacked, which one specific way feels most relevant, most resonant for you right this moment?
What grabs you now?
And crucially, what's one small, concrete step, just one that you'll commit to taking today to put that way into action? Just start there.
That first small step.
Exactly. This has been The Deep Dive. We'll catch you next time as we explore the depths of learning, one listener at a time.